What's up, guys? YogiZilla here. It's episode 144 of HorsePLAY Live Uncut. I'm going to be talking fantasy football. It's week 2. By the time you hear this, probably be the beginning of week 3. We have to do a little bit of horror. And talk about gaming clubs and video game stuff and all that good stuff. So, yeah. By the way, I figured out how to mix the audio so you can hear Obi and myself without any weird echo on our live show. However, I can't figure out how to mix the soundboard in because OBS doesn't pick up all of the hookups. It's a little weird, but what can you do? What can you do? I don't know. So, writing some last minute notes in here. Got Butterfingers today. Alright.
Are we ready?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah. Are we ready?
Yeah, everything looks good on my side. Say something.
Something?
Let me check one more thing. Make sure everything is copacetic. Nah, I mean.
Sure.
Sure. Sure. Sure. Unsure. Sure. Unsure. Remember those commercials?
Yeah.
Obi, your excitement level is too much. Calm the fuck down, bro. It's too much. Can't deal. Alright. We're in the right Discord channel. Alright, say something again.
Something again.
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 Jesus.
What?
You didn't hear that?
Yeah.
The cats.
Alright, I'm starting the stream.
Alright, start it.
Alright, I'm starting the recording. Now.
Here we
3, 2, 1. Actually, 3 seconds. We're good. And what's up, geeks, gamers, ninjas, robots? And you're also listening to this damn show. It's HorsePLAY Live. Today is Thursday, September 15th, 2016, and this episode 144, entitled Fantasy Football Week 2, Horrors and Gaming Clubs. Can you believe it, guys? We're almost to 3 years. Holy shit. God dang. Before we get into all that, this awesome goodness that we're going to have today in the show, I'd like to introduce the one, the only, everybody's filthy favorite hardcore casual, the man, I'm going to say it like this way, the man behind all the shenanigans here at geekyantics.net, YogiZilla. What's up, dude?
What's up? That's all I got.
That's it? That's just what's up? Yeah.
Yeah,
But what's you been doing this week, dude? Like, what's going on? We talked a little bit this week, a little bit more than normal, but we're still you're still fairly busy, and I'm still getting used to the whole things that I got to do every day, and you know, with Cam going to school every day, and then I mean, Fifi's been home, which is just like holy crap, like holy shit, I get to actually live with my wife again. I got to be a husband again. Shit.
Oh no. Perish the thought. For some reason, Twitch is not automatically tweeting out like it used to. I have to look into that. I was just checking the feed, that's why I was a little distracted. But yeah, it's been very productive, a good kind of busy. Cut back on things that were taking up too much time and not really creating results. Namely, you know, part of that's cutting off people that keep promising stuff and then don't deliver. Not gonna mention names, but I know you're running into similar scenarios. And to social media, that should be a hashtag.
Yeah, you know what? It's okay. You're always going to get somebody that says they're going to do something that's not going to deliver. I've done it myself. But it's all good. You know, when you find people like that, you just say, hey, dude, gave you a shot. Don't want to bother you. Like I told the guy that I'm talking to, I said, hey, man, I don't want to bother you. I know you're busy. You know, I'll go give my money to somebody else. And he hasn't answered me back, so apparently he doesn't care. So it's all good. Not worried about it.
Yeah,
I'm not going to worry about it all. I'm still going to shout him out as many times as I possibly can because I believe in what he's doing. Just because he can't hook me up or help me out at the time, hey, I mean, he's got some shit rolling. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but he's got some stuff going right now. And I'm freaking super stoked for him. So, hey, it is what it is. He might come back in a couple weeks and go, hey, dude, sorry about that. I could do it now, blah, blah, blah. And if I don't have what I need done, then definitely. But it's, you know, some people are not, you know, oh, it's only like $50. $50 is $50.
Yeah.
So it's all good. Not going to worry about it. It's not going to ruin my day. It's not going to ruin my week. It's not going to ruin my year. I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. I'm just going to get somebody else to give my money to. That's it.
That's how it is sometimes. What do you want to go outside?
Mm-hmm.
Here.
It is. It is. Now that Yogi sounds like he's in a wind tunnel.
I had to let her blue out. She kept meowing. She wanted to explore the world. I let my daughter go. Let her spread her wings. So, you know, fantasy football season, that keeps us busy. I've been very vocal on the NFL app and all that stuff, but no one's chatting on there. It's been crickets. Everybody's having time management issues, apparently. Or they just don't know how to work the app, which could be part of it.
What, on the NFL.com?
Yeah, and on the app itself, if you download the mobile app, the chat's right there.
I got it, but, like, man, I look at my team once or twice a week, and that's it. Like, I looked at it today, made some adjustments because I have a game. I have one of my players that are playing today or tonight, and then, you know, I mean, I like half of my roster is either injured or suspended. Like, what the... It's just, yeah.
You know, there's actually an IR slot. If you have an injured person that you want to hold on to, you want to stash, you can put them in that slot. But
yeah, I know there's an inactive reserve. I know there's slots there. that we can do that with. But it's like I have like there's like 4 people. Like I don't want to get rid of my running back. I don't.
Yeah.
My running back is one of the best in the NFL. He's just suspended for the first game. I don't want to get rid of him. You know, my wide receiver, Keenan, whatever his name is, he got hurt the week 1. So it's like,
He's
okay,
out
I'm
for the
getting rid of
season.
him.
Keenan
He's out
Allen?
for the season, so there's no key there. Yeah, he's out. Like his what is this, ACL or his Achilles? I mean, he shredded it.
Yeah.
So he's gone. Like there's no sense in keeping him. So I had to go out and pick up a couple more. So it's all good.
We'll hopefully we'll get enough time to talk about it. We'll share some of our kind of sleepers and our value assessment, because some players are selling too high, and there's some great value pickups in there too, especially if you're in a 8 to 10 man league, 8 to 10 team league rather. So hopefully we'll get to that. But I wanted to bring up a few things before we go off on tangents. Just a reminder about Extra Life. We're going to keep bringing this up, kind of reinforcing the message there. We need people to rally. Even if you can't budget the time to stream for us, at least consider going to our team page and donating to one of our participants there. The link is geekyantics.net/extra life. And we're raising money for a good cause. This is not to buy fancy fish, get our hair did, or buy an $800 gaming chair or something silly. Like, this is not something frivolous. We're doing it to help children in need. It's a legit charity thing for the Children's Miracle Network.
Right, and I do know for a fact. I know if you guys haven't followed him and haven't seen it yet, Fatal Blades. FATL_Blades. He'll actually be with the Extra Life with Geeky Antics this stream too. So we got quite a few people that are willing to do it and willing to stream. I know I'm gonna try to pick an open slot and try to do it for the gang, and it just depends on what days they're open, what times, and all that. I know we're probably gonna have a bunch. But it's just, we're all going to try to do it. If you guys are interested in it, for all those that are, good followers and just love to help out or just want to help us out, we're still looking for some more streamers to fill some time slots. Please get in it, guys. Like, again, it's for a great cause. It's for the kids. You guys know. And we're actually doing it for St. Jude's, which is basically the same charity the same charity that I work with. But like right here and around my home area. So
everybody actually
really
gets to do with it for whatever local charity they want to do, whatever hospital is local to them. So the way it works is, if we have like 5 team members or 10 team members, we'll all be streaming to the Geeky Antics channel, unless you can also stream to your channel as well. But the idea is to work in shifts and do it on a common channel. Everybody sets personal goals and also has their local hospital set up, that's within the Children's Miracle Network, and then that's how it's gonna work. Like, I'm doing it's called Children's Hospital of Georgia, but really it's Children's Hospital of Augusta, but whatever.
Right, but it's just something guys, like I said, we're needing streamers, we're needing whatever you guys can do to help out, even if it's like, hey, here's $5 towards it. Guys, that is greatly appreciated. We really appreciate your help and your support. We want to do something just because we usually do our Geeky Antics stream every year around Halloween time, and you never know, we might do it. But it's something that we just want to be a part. I mean, like I say, every week, the community events we put on ourselves, or we try to be a part of. This is one of those things that we're trying to be a part of, and it's just for the greater good. No matter what charity you're streaming for, that doesn't matter. It's just that you're doing it and you're trying to give back a little bit for those that cannot do for themselves, aka kids.
And usually in October we do kind of a Halloween themed fall kind of marathon.
We do our 24-48.
So I don't want to kind of take away from the Extra Life thing. So what I was just thinking is just doing an informal marathon, a little mini marathon, just kind of chillaxing. but I'm not gonna push that as hard because I kind of the next couple of months. Well, less than 2 months now. We're just gonna promote the hell out of the Extra Life thing and just kind of combine all our efforts on that.
Well, when is it? When is it over? When is it actually over?
We don't have a hard set time until we know how many people are gonna be in it. So we know we're starting on November 5th. But when it ends depends on how many people are involved and how long we keep streaming and keeping the channel alive. So it'll be like
why don't we do that to where we're doing like that part of our or our 48-hour stream for Geeky Antics, and you can push both of them at the same time, and it's actually the same stream. Come to Geeky Antics. We're going to be streaming already anyway. If other people want to do it. It might be too late now. We might have to start it up, set it up couple months ago, but it's worth a shot. And then that way we don't let down our fans that actually come to our 48-hour streams every year, but we actually are doing it for that good cause, or even just start, we're going to do the first 48 hours for the charity stream is going to be the Geeky Antics 48-hour stream. We just happen to be doing our 48-hour stream for charity.
Yeah, because it's going to definitely be 48 plus hours for Extra Life. I was thinking about combining them. The thing is, with our own stream that we, it's kind of become a tradition for us, that's usually in October, and it's going to be November, so it won't line up. Now, if Extra Life was in October, it would have been perfect. Because everybody still got that Halloween vibe. They're into the horror, and we can play the scary games and all that stuff. But a good thing is, too, with the Extra Life, everybody could do their own thing, bring their own flavor to it, since we're not really as restricted by the theme. I mean, either way, you stream whatever, but I try to keep it more to, like, horror-type games and whatnot,
Right, well, I don't play those, so, like, I usually, do whatever I can, do something maybe a little scary, but not, like, I can't do jump scare games. I will have a fucking heart attack in front of the goddamn camera. It's not going to happen.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't mean to be like a Five Nights at Freddy or anything like that, or Outlast, but it could be like Resident Evil games. Those are good.
Right.
Costume Quest, that's a Halloween theme. Or one of our favorites, Full Mojo Rampage. That's kind of Halloween-y. It's like a Tim Burton film, really.
Well, yeah, we played that last year during our Halloween streams, but it's it's something we'll figure it out. We got a couple of months left, just under 2 months left before everything starts off, and it'll be all right. We got I think a month and 21 days left before it starts. So no matter what we do, we're gonna have fun doing it. So
yeah, so stay tuned. We'll have a fall marathon / community gaming night. That's still happening. We'll announce that probably in October as we get closer to the time and basically see who's resurrected and actually available. But the main thing you're going to hear a lot about in our email list, so make sure you subscribe to that. You're going to see Facebook posts. You're going to see tweets. We're going to just keep dripping that out as Extra Life. When I start getting donations ASAP. I'm even reaching out to some sponsors, even local businesses, to get them to back it up. Working out some like kind of incentives. So like if
let me know.
What's that?
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say if people donate a minimum amount, they could get like a shout out or a banner ad, stuff like that, a radio spot.
Well, let me know when you give those incentives, because then I'll go around to some of because I know for a fact that you guys remember the vlog on my YouTube page, the TNT Yogurt Inc. They are super stoked about doing stuff like this. So let me know.
Dude,
I can work something out with them.
Yeah,
I can work something out with them with incentives and stuff like that to where, hey guys, if you donate so much money, you go get a free large frozen yogurt on them or something, something to the point where it's really, like I said, Tony and Tavis, they're really cool people, and they really want to be a part of that just giving back. Not so much we're just into charity, but just that giving back, because so many people have supported them, and just like anybody, if you're supported, you're going to try to support somebody else, right?
So yeah, the beautiful thing is, even though everybody's going to be part of our team, everybody's gonna have the ability to do their own incentives and even stream on their channel when they're not streaming Geeky Antics channel, because you still have your personal fundraising goals. So it's gonna be really fun because you could do things like you could do the GG no scope stuff. You could do the yoga company. I saw your vlog on that. You could do that candy shop, maybe.
Yeah,
dude, like it'll be so much fun. And then you guys have your individual. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got it.
I was gonna say you guys can have your individual like kind of shout out pages and do up your personal fundraising pages the way you want, and then I'll take that all together. And imagine if each of us have 2 or 3 solid sponsors with nice little banners, and we put them all in one nice page with like a little snippet or something. Dude, that's gonna be very sexy.
Yeah, I know for a fact. I do know for next year. I know it's a whole year away now. But speaking that I didn't get it in time, and the company's really not. It's there, but it's not really off the ground quite yet. Like I know for a fact, like TSE is going to be doing something with this next year, so we'll be involved. So it'll be something that maybe we can get some, our players we can have them signed assign a just whatever and send it to him and stuff like that. So I mean, yeah, we'll be rocking it out definitely this year. But then, like I said, TSE will be actually more involved next year because of the it just wasn't enough time for me. And I'm slow, so. Yeah,
and, I think it's equally as important to get a bunch of small donations. I mean, even if, you have a local business, if you say $500 or $1,000, they're going to have to think about that. But if you say $50 or $100, you can throw them a little something, value for value exchange, or they might just do it because it's, for a better cause. So, basic negotiation, start off high. And then if they're thinking about it, say, well, you could do this instead, So we're going to try to put together materials to make it easier to go through that kind of selling process and all that. And Red Lycan in the house, Clusterfucks. See Tiger Claw in there. Yeah.
Red Lycan's in here?
Yeah.
What up, Red?
He asked me how I'm doing it. He asked me, not you. Ho, ho, ho. I'm just kidding. They're pretty good. How are you, man?
It's all good.
By the way, folks,
Red in the stream.
Was that Obi?
Blade said hi, Red.
Blade is in the shadows. By the way, guys, outside of Extra Life, and we'll revisit that quite a bit, so don't worry about that. We'll give a lot more details and share some tactics and tools and all that good stuff. But moving on from that, if you're a preview member on Xbox Live, you can join our gaming club, Geeky Antics Network, the official community club. And we're also part of the Horrible Gamers. I don't know if all games set up one yet. I gotta check. But it's really neat because what it does is once you join the club, you'll see it in your friends list, like on the top. And you'll see how many members in that club are on, and you can do group activities. So they have a LFG thing. It's kind of like the way 360 had like the broadcast to let people know what you wanted to play, but it's a lot more group oriented rather than individual. So that's gonna be really cool because I know a lot of folks. I've heard people asking, and I get this question a lot too, is like, especially with the young folks, is like, I'm looking for a group to hang out with that, isn't caustic. I want to avoid all the trolling, or I'm always getting banned because I'll spit back at someone that provokes me. So, I always say, well, play with friends. We're like, well, I don't have any friends. Well, start making friends. We have a community, plug into it. So now it's an easier way for people to tap into that, and we can actually see who's involved. It's kind of like what Titanfall is doing with the networks, but on a grander scale. So I'm really excited about this, because maybe we could start getting more formal Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, Battlefield 4, we could bring that back. I know you're OB, I know. But that game is still fun, man. And we have to
Dude, Battlefield, no, wait, hold on. Battlefield, I don't have a problem with Battlefield. It's 1, 2, and 3 that I have a problem with. I never played 4 because 1, 2, and 3 suck dick.
So we should play 4, man. That game's still really
so if
good,
if 4 is okay, like I have no problem playing it. I enjoy the Battlefield, like Battlefield 1. Holy fuck, I love that shit.
Oh yeah,
But like
Bad Company.
it's the whole thing. No, Battlefield 1, the new one, the new beta we just played.
Oh yeah,
Um,
the Battlefield one. But how about Bad Company? Bad Company is a great series too.
I never, like I said, once Bad Company came out, and then like with the whole thing with Battlefield, it was just like, yeah, same company, I'm good. I'm not, it's just blah blah. But like I said, I have no problem with it. I know, hear me. I never played 4. I played 3. 1 and 2 was just terrible for me. 3 was a little bit better, but I still had problems with shooting somebody. Battlefield 4, I could be halfway across the map, line it up to where I think they're going to be in a scope and just shoot. And 9 times out of 10, I'll get a hit marker. But like Battlefield 1 and 2, like you couldn't get hit markers unless you were like right up in their face. Well, for me, back in the day when it was Battlefield, the original Battlefield and 2, it was just like if you got right up in their face, like you had to have your settings a certain way, or like it was just lagging so much because so much was going on in that one place. Like I could never do up front and close and personal. Never could.
Yeah. I don't know. The one thing, if I had to find something wrong in Battlefield 4, I don't like the... Well, I don't mind it, but I can see where it could be a problem for some folks. The flashlight strategy, people just blind you with flashlights, and it gets a little crazy. But it's a really good game. Anyway, I won't get too deep into it, but it's worth going back to for sure. And we'll have something in the news that will create even a stronger case there. But Obi, how was your week?
Yo.
Or should we talk about what's on the show? What's on itinerary tonight?
Little bit about what my week's going on. I know I got you guys are watching my vlogs. We got a tattoo a couple of days ago on Tuesday.
Yeah, I like the time lapse thing you did.
We're gonna be getting more. I know next month, later in the month, I'm gonna be getting my name on my back. It's got Old English, and we're gonna reline it and fill it in with like a chromish kind of color, and it's gonna be sweet. And then couple months after that, we're gonna actually start doing the sleeve on my left arm. So it's gonna be a whole bunch of you guys are gonna see it. I think next time I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna bring Blades with me, and he's actually gonna be the camera guy, and we'll make it a little bit more interesting and stuff. But yeah, Steve was really great. Like he is my tattoo guy now.
Yeah, he
unless
seemed
he
pretty
leaves
chill.
for LA or something. He's one of those traveling artists. Like he'll go to LA for a couple months, and that's where he makes all his money basically. But he'll go to LA for a couple months and tattoo. He's tattooed some stars before. I think a couple of musicians. It's just really like, so he knows what he's doing. He's got years of experience, that's what I look for. How much experience do you have? And he had bunch. Lots of good work in his portfolio, and then mine. He's got another one, so we're gonna have fun with it. He's got some bunch of really cool ideas, especially like on my right arm. If you guys know, like my left arm is kind of like death side, and then my right arm is gonna be, or my right side of my body is gonna be like life and living and stuff like that. He's got some really cool ideas for both sides, which is gonna be amazing. So can't wait to get that started. And I got to go get that lidocaine rub, though, to rub on my body before I get it tattooed, because I'm a pussy. But well, you see, like in the time lapse, my face is cringing, like, ow, because it was like the N is right on my wrist bone.
Yeah, that was the bone.
So it's like right on my nerve, and then the C is up by my elbow, and it's right there on that, right, because your elbow bone is actually bigger than you think. It actually goes, a couple inches down to your forearm, and the C on the name is right on that bone. So like that hurt like a bitch, and the N hurt like a crazy. Everything else in the middle was great, but it's on my underarm of my forearm, so like that's a really soft spot. So it worked out. Everything looks great. It's almost all the way healed, which I showed it to Blades today. And he's like, "Holy crap, dude, that's almost healed." Like, yeah, it's only 2 days, so by next week it should be all good to go, and we should, yeah.
I could tell.
The other one drew up.
I could tell that the dude wasn't very heavy-handed because some of these guys just drill into you and you're freaking bleeding all over the place, like they're trying to dig for gold.
Years of experience helps that.
Yeah, yeah. But I really liked how you were just vaping and then you were getting really relaxed and rubbing the back of his head. That was really sweet.
I never rubbed the back of his head. Sorry.
That would have been funny though, like if you just started like patting the back of his head and stuff. Like,
no, I asked. I was like, "Hey guys, I'm doing a vlog. You guys care if I'm, in here recording?" And he's like, "I don't give a damn." And he's like, "I was like, what about vaping? I know it's like." So he goes, "Hit that something." It's like, okay. It's like, sweet. He goes, "You can do it while I'm tatting. Don't worry about it." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Oh, dude, this is gonna be fun." Because I don't have to be. It's not all tight and, basically, if you guys think about barbershop and how much shit like Cedric the Entertainer and all that talks trash while in the barbershop, this tattoo shop is like that times 2.
It's like, funny though.
They talk some dirty stuff there. It's dirty.
Have you noticed that pretty much no matter where you go, most tattoo shops look the same? I swear. It doesn't matter if you're in the sticks, in the city, suburbia. I mean, they're always the same. They have like, I don't know, like it's something about it. Like the furniture is always like this burgundy or black leather type of thing. Like there's a lot of like dark colors and red and I don't know. Like I was looking at the layout of that. I'm like, that looks like our local tattoo shop. Like what the hell?
Right. Right. Well, I think a lot of those shops they actually have manufacturers that make tattoo chairs.
Yeah, but even like
they have
regular furniture.
They have just a chair. They have just chairs that have no arms, but then they have these stilts that you guys saw. Like I could lay my arm on, and at first it was way too high, so my elbow was hyperextending when I was holding it there. And it hurt more, so I was like, "Can we drop that a little bit?" He's like, "Sure, no problem." And then after he did that, it was like, "We're done." Like, wait, what? Oh shit, cool. And it only took like 35 minutes, 40 minutes, somewhere in there. It was really, really quick. Did a really good job. Props.
Those tables are expensive, by the way. They're like
70s. Go ahead.
How much you think it is?
Oh no, I was just gonna give their address again.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
But you guys go check it out if you guys are around Holland. Pure Addictions, Tattoo and Piercings, 76 East Lakewood Boulevard, number 1. That's the building, the part they're in, number 1, and that's Holland, Michigan 49424. So you guys can look them up and check them out. Call them. You guys, if Steve's there and he answers the phone, tell him, "Hey, Obi told me to call. Let's talk about prices," and he'll hook. I'm not gonna say he's gonna give you anything. I'm trying to work something out with maybe a couple artists there. If you go in there, maybe you get like like a 10% or something like that. But we're working on it right now, so we'll see what happens.
Word. Yeah, but I was just saying that those tables, they're expensive. Like even like you know what aesthetics is.
Yeah, their furniture, their tables that they have, are. Wait, which tables?
I'm saying like the chairs and tables. And, anytime they use tables and chairs, like whether it's aesthetics or tattoo, they're usually 800 plus each.
Oh, the chairs I think were about $1,000.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah,
they're pricey, man.
Anyone know this crazy awesome chick who works with Xbox Live?
I know a few. There's one named Kitty Cat Lawson. Yeah, wink wink, nudge nudge. I think I know who it is, but I won't say anything. It's a secret. You got a nice crowd tonight.
Yeah.
So you got your tattoo. You caressed tattoo man head, and that was great.
God. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I got I know. Got the tat, and we're just continuously working on the org and just kind of making sure we do our stuff.
That's
Plus,
TSC, Top Star Esports. I'll
yeah,
blow you up.
appreciate it. But and just being a dad, son's in school all day long, so he goes to school like 8 o'clock. He gets out at 3, which is nice.
I love the part in the video where you wrote in big letters, "Dirty face."
Yeah. He did. He had like dirty, like his face was just dirty. Like
Trolling his son. That's terrible.
It's fun.
That's gotta be like a recurring thing with you, and you gotta like make that like a hashtag. That's hilarious. I guess that's like something. Yeah, like it's something parents will appreciate.
Like more. This hashtag TSC Cam equals dirty face. There you go, boys and girls. Don't know if you can use the equal sign, but yeah. Or hashtag dirty face TSC Cam. How's that?
There you go. Make that a thing. Get it trending. But oh yeah, when you're recording yourself driving, do you have your camera mounted up, or are you holding that shit while you're driving?
It's actually mounted on
Nice.
on a clamp that I stuck to my window, so then I don't have to hold it because that's just dangerous right there, dude.
Oh yeah, people will do it though, like idiots.
Hey,
But I noticed it was really steady, so I was like, he can't be driving with one hand and holding that thing. There's no way.
No, not that still. What are we talking about in chat?
Oh, I see. We got a referral. Okay. I'll check. I'll respond to it in a little bit. But Obi, why don't you tell the folks what's on the show tonight?
Tonight on the show, guys, rant-worthy news, headlines coming your way. We got you covered with deals for cheap bastards. Again, maybe. Don't know if we're going to skip anything. You likely won't play and consider support our Extra Life campaign. You guys make sure, we've already said that. Make sure you guys go. Even if you, like I said, if you give $1, hey, thank you. That's $1 that we didn't have a while ago. So we'll be talking a little bit of fantasy football. Don't worry, we're not going to become sports podcast. That's not what it is. The fall TV seasons are here, guys. It's starting this week and going through the end of September. October 5th or 6th is the last day that the new seasons will start. Yogi's all caught up on Sleepy Hollow. I am not, but we will get there.
Dude.
Yes, I am. I am.
Okay.
I am. Find out in our WWBB what we've been playing, what we've been watching segment. If you're listening live, come join everyone in the chat room over at allgames.com and twitch.tv/Geeky Antics. Mediac, come join us on our new Discord server. The link will be put in chat by Yogi here in a second. By the way, if you guys are new to the show, welcome to the gang.
Woo!
What's the gang? He did it at the wrong time. What's the gang? Geeky Antics Network Global. The gang that we lovingly call our community here at Geeky Antics. Hashtag Geeks Unite. Hashtag Modern Family.
That's
I don't
right.
even know why that's there.
This
show is about you guys. Yes, you, the awesome geeks, gamers, and content creators that help give the voice to the little guys and bring out new things to shake things up. Because if we don't, then people will get bored. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. BFT in the house.
He's here. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Our HorsePLAY Live is where geeks come to play. 9 times out of 10, Yogi gets in trouble. We're a flagship talk radio show for Geeky Antics Network in collaboration with allgames.com, Tangent Mountain Network, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, and more. Our show covers all the aspects of geek culture with a special focus on indie and strategy games, technologies, rants. Yeah, we rant. Never. Issues geeks face, and of course, community events we like to put on or be a part of ourselves. And of course, sometimes we even talk about retro gaming and tabletop. Why? Just because it's geek things. Oh yeah, we talk about food every single episode. I'm not going to say sometimes because we talk about it every single. There's 144 episodes. If you guys were to go off and say, "Oh, I'm just going to pick a random episode, see if they talk about food," you're going to hear food, some type of food. Oh, I ate chicken and rice today. It was so good with the cheese sauce. Oh, it was great. We're going to talk about it. Definitely. Why? Just because we can. Yogi, why don't you tell everybody a little bit more about this show?
See, like Obi said, we are a show that's dedicated to geek culture. We are the talk radio show for the Geeky Antics Network, where we explore all facets of geek culture. That's gaming, writing, art. I mean, what's geeks doing these days? Everything: podcasting, farting around, tabletop gaming. I mean, there's so many facets to geekdom. I mean, even fantasy football, that's kind of geeky because it's all numbers and statistics, So that's a big part of us. And we're also live and uncut. So you get a really raw experience here for the most part. It's mostly unscripted. There's some script, if that will completely be derailed. As such,
I have to have a script, guys. I have to, or it's over.
Yeah, and if it doesn't flow, Obi lets me know live on the air. That sounds wrong. I don't know if I like that. No, it doesn't work for me.
All right, you're derailing yourself now. So.
we're late night. Crazy things can and will happen. We rant a lot. We may have mentioned that. And unlike some shows that say they're live and they actually that they supposedly interact, we actually do engage with our audience. We acknowledge you and we want to get you involved. So that's a big part of it. And the derailing stuff is really part of the fun. So come join us. Okay. And remember, this is a show named HorsePLAY, so you got to expect a lot of shenanigans. And with that, just have an open mind and have fun. Yep.
Definitely. Hey, BFT, speaking of Food Wars, I've been watching that shit too. Oh, I love it.
Oh, man.
I like that. You got to watch it, Yogi. It's cool.
Oh, I know. Those things are...
Don't forget, Geeky Rock Stars HorsePLAY Live is every Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Pacific, and 4 a.m. GMT on Twitch channels Geeky Antics, and simulcasted over on on YogiZilla, twitch.tv/YogiZilla. For those that have on mobile or somewhat of a janky connection. HorsePLAY Live Replay is also available earlier on Thursdays about 5 p.m. Eastern Time on the network that started G4 TV, the one and only All Games Radio Network, a.k.a. allgames.com. That was kind of a... Yeah, I can only say I had a seizure.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Something like
Definitely.
That. Really gassy tonight.
Man,
Toby.
I had it, what?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Say your thought.
What's up, man? What you got to say?
You got a tangent. Go for it.
Oh, no. Go ahead. I know what you're going to ask. Go ask it.
Oh, okay. Do you have an Obi on the podium moment today?
I don't. But in the vlog tomorrow, you'll hear Blades' Obi on the Blades on the podium moment. He said it right. Holland is retarded drivers. He went to town in front of the camera for like a minute. He just went to town. So no, I don't have one tonight. I'm kind of I don't really have anything that's pissing me off that much.
Oh, you mentioned that much. Mentioned a few things earlier, I think. I don't know.
Nah, they're not really Pody on the Obi on the Pody worthy. It's got to be
Pody
really
on the
good.
Obi. You just put the podium on you and just lay down.
Yeah, exactly. Are you ready though?
I'm ready.
Is your body ready?
Oh, it's ready.
Is your mind ready?
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to say no for a second. But anytime, guys, it's time right now for the obligatory news and rants.
Ding!
See, he said ding right this time.
Yep, I'm on point right now. Let's do this. So, guys, months ago, and this is kind of a missed opportunity. We should have probably mentioned it. I think we mentioned it very quickly. But Blizzard came out with their own streaming platform, or streaming feature, depending on how you look at it. And a lot of us, not a lot of us, but there's only a few of us seem to be in the beta. No one was really talking about it. Is anyone using it now that it's been rolled out, and now that they even they integrated Facebook too? Is anybody actually using this?
I tried. But apparently I had wrong settings or whatever. I do know a few people that are actually using the streaming service through Blizzard. And they said it's fairly decent. I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, there's still little like delay issues and stuff like that, but it's a new program. I mean, it's a new thing that they're coming out with. So there's going to be glitches. There's going to be hot fixes coming up, and think about it.
It seems like there's just so many streaming platforms now. I mean, the main ones that come to mind, of course, Twitch, YouTube Gaming, Facebook has streaming, and I'm missing Beam, and one that a lot of people forget about, but is pretty popular actually. Well, I guess we can mention Hitbox. Why not? But Raptor has a streaming service built in there, and it's kind of neat actually. But it seems like there's a lot of streaming services, and everyone's looking for that magic bullet. So,
well, there's more and more people that are getting tired of Twitch. Like you got people on there still that if it's not a niche market, or they're not having hundreds and hundreds of viewers every time with consistent numbers, like you don't get your stuff. They're slowly starting to weed out the little guys, saying, hey, yeah, I know we gave this guy a chance, and you have more viewers every stream than him, but we're not gonna we're sub button you right now just because this, and this. Like, people are getting aggravated. Like, if you're giving the little guys a chance, give them a chance. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Really, literally, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, there's a lot of issues there for sure. If Twitch doesn't kind of become more balanced, it is, the rich getting richer is not a fun user experience or a broadcaster experience. So if all the smaller streams leave, Twitch really doesn't have anything, because that's also where a lot of their viewers are coming from.
Yeah, are the smaller streamers, so then they can, you figure on the smaller streamers, they look at the bigger streamers to see, hey, maybe I can try this, and maybe this will work out, and this and this and this. And on occasion, you get one of those small streamers that blow up, and I'm not going to say overnight exactly, but they blow up overnight, and they get their sub button, they get this, and this. I mean, there's one streamer that all he does is rap, and basically you type in chat, and he raps about what you're typing in chat with a cool, a beat that he downloaded a couple of days ago or something. And he got his sub button, and he's doing this, and he's doing that, and he's just rocking it out. He only has, I mean, on any given day, he's looking at just under 100 followers. Not 100 followers, but 100 viewers. But since, like I said before, it's that niche market that people, they're looking for. Like, there's probably nobody that does and says, hey, guys, type in stream and I'll rap about it and be good at it. You guys know I'm talking about twitch.tv/theshook1. Go check him out, of course. At the end, it's a number 3 instead of an E. So go check him out. Follow him. Give him some love. And say, hey, Obi sent me.
The real Shook one.
The real Shook one.
The real Shook on 3. The real Shook on 3. I love when you said that. The real Shook on 3. That could work too, actually. So Nintendo, we don't talk much about Nintendo, but they keep doing silly things. So we keep talking about how they smack down third-party support and kind of keep the community love from really growing outside of their hardcore fans, and they shut down No Mario Sky. But it's available. They relaunched it and found a way to get around Nintendo's grip. So if you want to check it out, here's the article. I think it's still available. I haven't checked this week, but I know last time I checked, it was up. But no Mario Sky, the game that Hello Games should have made. Lols. Valve making big changes to Steam. Did you hear about this, Obi?
Probably not. Why? What's up?
Yeah, a lot of developers are really pissed off because basically what they're doing is making their platform more proprietary. Basically, if you want to leave a review, you have to have a verified Steam purchase in order to review a game. And I like this and I hate it at the same time because this completely smacks indie devs right in the dick and not in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like what Amazon does. But see, Amazon still lets anyone leave a review, but they'll allow you to link to the product purchase you had or the product you purchased, and it'll actually say verified customer, or verified purchaser, verified purchase. That's what it usually says, if I recall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know why Steam can't use that same model and maybe give the verified purchases a little more weight or something. There has to be some kind of algorithm they can put together to make it more fair. Otherwise, it's one of those things, just like Twitch. In order to get, up there, you have to get a chance. But you can't get a chance if you're not already up there. So it's like, well, something has to give. It's a broken model. So there needs to be a way to let the little guys prove themselves and get out there and build up their brand and get that community going, the audience going. So we'll see how this pans out. I mean, I remember we were talking about, it was a couple years ago, actually, like when we first started the show, Steam was talking about, or Valve rather, was talking about getting rid of Steam Greenlight, and apparently they nixed that idea, so that's good. So hopefully this will be one of those things where they'll step back and say, this doesn't really benefit enough, like the common good is not good for the common person, so let's just change this.
Right. If you guys read it, and you guys will see, this is one that I'm just browsing through and reading it, but it says right here, but many developers are worried about this is less as a surgical strike and more of a carpet bombing, Kickstarters especially standing to take a big hit in the review department. Like, you can't reviews those Kickstarters. You can't do it because of the Valve is fucked up Steam now. I mean, it really sucks, especially for those kicks. I mean, there's some really great games that came out of being a Kickstarter, and now you can't review it.
Well, BFT's clarifying. He said everybody can still leave reviews, but it's only the reviews left by people who purchase on Steam itself that affect the overall rating of the game. That's still effectively the same problem. It's basically saying their reviews don't matter. And it's a slippery slope, because eventually what are they going to do? Start bumping down the non-verified purchases, I think part of what made Steam so great is that, yeah, it's a marketplace and they're making money off of it, but the part that was cool was having a centralized community, an ecosystem for PC gaming. Because, I mean, I even launched non-Steam games from Steam. That's how much I like that system. I mean, original Steam was terrible.
If I'm on Steam and I open World of Warcraft, like it says in Steam that I'm playing World of Warcraft.
Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah, I like it, but we'll just see what happens with all this stuff. I mean, I hope it doesn't. I hope they change something to where, you look at those people that don't have that verified, which really, honestly and truly, if you don't have a verified perfect purchase on Steam, that means you're not playing anything. Just saying. Like, you buy something from the Steam, no, seriously, if you buy something from the Steam store, as soon as you buy that thing, that's a verified purchase.
Right, but
you're not playing any games. Like, if you're playing any games, it's not a Steam game.
It's product by product. So if you own Doom, but you're writing about, I don't know, Tomb Raider, you know, and you don't own Tomb Raider on Steam, then that Tomb Raider review doesn't count as towards the rating. Basically, that's how it works right now.
Well, I mean, like I said, I understand why they're doing it, but I don't understand. I don't know. I just it doesn't make much. I mean, it makes sense to me because, like, if you don't own the game, how can you give a review on it, kind of thing? Because most people, like, I know a lot of reviews that have come out just because they look at the trailer and say, "Oh, this game looks like it sucks," but you have no idea. You've never played it. You've never, if there's prequels or anything, you never played none of the prequels, and it's just like, how do you know how this game's gonna be? You know what I mean? So I understand what they're doing. I just don't understand why they're doing it.
Well, the thing too is you might own the game, you just may not own it on Steam. So that's another thing. There's other marketplaces like Windows 10 or the non-DRM versions you can get on GOG or whatever. And there's actually a lot more distribution channels for PC games than people realize. Steam, GOG, UPlay, those are kind of like the main ones that people think of. Origin, EA Origin, but there's plenty more than those. Like GT Arcade is one of the lesser known ones that they do distribute games, especially a lot of indie stuff. Mm-hmm. So, I think it might be a little preemptive to scream foul play, but hopefully they keep their platform as open as possible because that's what makes Steam so special. BFT says all of that stuff is still there. They're just trying to limit the effect of biased reviews, which has been a problem. Well, the best one maybe not, but at the end it's Valve's call. Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's a business. They gotta protect the integrity of the platform. It's easier to just focus on the verified purchases, like you said, Opie. If someone that doesn't own the game could just write a review just because they don't like the way it looks, that's not gonna add any value. So maybe segment it. I don't know. There's always ways to handle it.
Right.
I'm sure it's something to reiterate.
Right. Well, even if it's a good review, like, oh, this looks awesome. This looks like that comment and review doesn't really mean anything, even if it's good, because like you don't own it. All you're going by is, and you got to think about it. When games are put out and they put trailers and stuff out, those are all cinematic trailers. 90% of the games that come out don't use actual gameplay. And if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But you think about it, a lot of games that come out don't use the actual gameplay. They use all the cinematic trailers. So it's going to look really, really good or really, really bad, despite how the game plays in anything.
Yeah.
Just how it is. I mean, it's part of life, and people are taking it to extreme, so they had to take extreme measures.
It's an interesting conversation to have around it. I love leaving reviews on Steam and Amazon. I mean, if I had more free time, I'd be leaving like a lot more epic reviews on there. Like, people joke when they look at my reviews, they're like, "Holy shit, you wrote a freaking novel here!" Like, I don't write great game, I loved it. I really go deep on it.
How am I wrong?
He said Kappa. That's actually Kappa, but I feel like saying Kappa. I don't know why. Don't mind me. Don't mind behind the man behind the curtain. So let's talk about Death Stranding. Remember this game in the E3 OB? The really weird one with the black tar demonic possession shit and Norman Reedus's naked ass.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. He said it because I told him to. Basically, tell me I'm wrong, guys. Okay, you're wrong, Obi. Yeah, got it. I got it now.
He got you.
I did think that game was kind of good. Look good. Are you talking about the guy that would wake up every couple of seconds and look around, and he's in his apartment, and then it just got progressively worse?
No, that one looks awesome. What was that called? Jesus, I can't think now. That looks good though. Like, I'm excited about that. If I'm not mistaken, this is the PlayStation 4 exclusive.
Oh, okay.
Then unfortunately,
I don't care about it.
Yeah, me neither. But it's easy. I'm kind of curious because Kojima is finally giving more details. He says that the title, kind of like the story, is inspired by whales and dolphins who sometimes get stranded on the beach. So I can see that out. Death Stranding. Okay, now that makes a little more sense. And maybe
Oh, that was Prey.
that was Prey. There you go.
Yeah.
A very weird, like it's like Prey, but it's not Prey. But either way,
And then he looked into the mirror, and his eye was progressively getting redder, and then it was like totally bloodshot at the end, and yeah. I do want to look into playing that because it looked really good.
It looks like if Groundhog's Day and Dead Space had a baby. That's what Prey looks like. It's crazy. So yeah, Death Stranding. It's what's pretty interesting to me is that there's gonna be co-op in it, and this is something I constantly say is a feature you don't find that often anymore. Like it's either PvP or single player, and there's rarely gradients in between. Co-op is something I think is still very underexplored. So Kojima says that Death Stranding, and this is off of an article on a website I found that's pretty neat, GameUp24, pretty cool. Will be an open world game with a lot of player freedom, and co-op will be a feature. And yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, it's more than what he said during E3. So this could be quite a cool game. We shall see. And speaking of games that could be really cool, Recore just launched, and man, I really want to get this game. And I know I probably won't get time to play it, but it's one of the few games I've been excited about this year. And what's interesting is it released at a $40 price point, $39.99 in the US, and I think if you're in Canada, it's equivalent of like 60, 70 bucks, because they have some crazy tax situation out there, which really sucks. But they have free health insurance, so I guess it balances out. Obamacare, darn you. So it's interesting. I was looking at the Metacritic scores. This game seems to be a critical darling, and I know you can't put much weight in that because a lot of the top media outlets have sold out, because they gotta pay bills. All right, but then there's such a huge disconnect because the user reviews all range essentially around 60%, score. The middle of the pack media outlets are also kind of saying it's an average game as well. So that might be the reality. But from what I've seen, it's a $40 game. It looks like it has the replay value, the length, the polish, and just the overall fun factor of a full price game. I don't know what could be wrong. And I'm watching the gameplay, and the only thing I can think of is this reminds me a lot of Metroid Prime. And I know they were saying it's Metroid beats Mega Man, yada yada, but actually, like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is like straight out of the Metroid Prime series. What's going on here? So then I realized, like, it finally clicked that this is Keiji's Inafune's company, plus the people that developed. It was a dual effort. The people that developed Metroid Prime were involved in this, and I'm like, now it makes sense. So I say all of that to kind of illustrate that if you've been aching for a good Metroid game, and Nintendo is probably not gonna really cater to us anytime soon, this could fill that void. I don't see anything wrong with this game. I just wonder if maybe people are playing it too much and are getting bored of it quickly. Maybe it's repetitive. I don't know. But it's like epic boss battles. You get these robots that you get to customize, and they all have different abilities, and there's a lot of exploration and backtracking and unlockables, and it looks cool, man. I don't know. I'm really curious. Is this on your radar at all, OB?
No.
Yeah, and I think the sad part is that believe there is any multiplayer, and I was hoping there was some kind of multiplayer. So maybe that's also the reason why it's $40. So people kind of expect some sort of online functionality. So we'll see how it does. I loved one of the comments on Metacritic. If I'm not mistaken, this is Portuguese, which sounds a lot like Spanish if you're drunk. Basically, the guy said, "Chupa Sony, ese maravilloso juego fuerte candidato a GOTY," which is the Game of the Year, duh. "Parabéns, Microsoft. Lindos gráficos. Jugabilidade perfeita. Remete muito pasado ese juego." If my Portuguese is any good, he says, "Suck it, Sony. This game is marvelous. It's a strong candidate for Game of the Year." And he said, "Great work, Microsoft. Beautiful graphics. Gameplay is perfect." And I think he said it reminds him a lot of like classic games. My translation here is like a little rusty, but yeah. So all good. These are like all good things to say about the game. That's from a user review, and I put a little more weight in that than you know.
Okay, Sony.
You're gonna try to translate it, Obi?
Yep.
Yeah, the last part where it says remete mito al pasado ese juego. My brain's like farting. It'll probably come to me later, but I don't know. I'm excited about it. I think it's something different. It's ambitious, and I mean Metroidvania and Mega Man. Like, get out of town. I'm sold. Take my money, please. Wait, I don't have any money. Can I pay you with plasma or goodwill? Yeah, see, that's what I pay you with. Little fun side note, top games on Metacritic: Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, Blood and Wine, Inside, Overwatch, Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition, Doom. I'm really happy to see Doom up there.
Okay, this really is what it says. Okay, Chupa is suck it, basically.
Well, they got the last. They got the first part. I mean, the last phrase.
This wonderful game, a strong candidate for Game of the Year. Congratulations, Microsoft. Gorgeous graphics, gameplay perfect. Refers much to the past. This game.
That's what I said.
I'm just saying what translation.com says. Okay, get off my dick.
I gave it a looser translation, but yeah, the Portuguese is still pretty good. I used to.
I'm not gonna try.
Like, I used to have clients in like Sao Paulo and different areas in Brazil. And there's a lot of programmers out there too. That's like the next India. I like them better though. Sorry.
Yogi, what are the top? Right. Some of the top games in Xbox One.
So yeah, we got up to Doom, Madden NFL 17. That shouldn't surprise anybody. FRU. What game is that?
Fru?
Yeah.
I don't know. That? Keep going. I'll check.
I can't remember what that is.
Keep going. I'll check.
Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. F1 2016. There's a racing game. Oh, the Turing Test is up there. That's the game that's kind of like Portal. NHL 17. Oh, what's Fru? You got it?
Field replaceable unit.
I didn't even know that was a thing. See, I know that from like from IT. A Fru is like a part that you can order replacement on.
All right, so Fru is a puzzle platformer that features the innovative use of Kinect, in which your silhouette becomes a portal between two worlds.
That sounds kind of cool, actually. I might have to steal my son's Kinect.
If you guys want to check it out, where's the C? There it is. Here is what I have right here. It's basically frugame.com, and you actually see what the portals of like people like standing there and moving around, and you can see actually, it's pretty sweet. I like it. Might be something fun for like my son to do or something like that.
Oh, but you just took me back to the days when I still loved IT work. I used to be certified by like everything under the sun: Cisco, CompTIA, IBM, Red Hat, all that shit. And I remember with IBM, I used to like love calling them and just like giving them the free numbers and getting like free parts and shit. Cause stuff was under warranty, and I would just stock up on extra parts. Cause sometimes they wouldn't even bother like getting the defective parts. Like, just we'll just send you the part.
Just throw it away.
Yeah, just throw it away. Usually they would watch the cross ship.
Still good.
Yeah, so good times. Having a stockpile of extra computer parts.
All right,
that's one part I miss. So NHL 17, we said that. Quantum Break, I'm kind of happy to see that still. What's that?
I'm definitely gonna play. I don't know about Madden. We said earlier, I played Madden 16, and it was just like, it's just like every other Madden game you play. It's just getting boring.
They don't change
Madden
enough.
I know. NHL 17 was changed to where you can actually do, like, you know how we did like the franchise mode to where we all could play against each other and stuff? They have that in NHL 17 now. So if we do get it, you guys do get it, be looking for it. It'll be Geeky Antics or TSC, depends on where we're at right there. But we're gonna probably do something with NHL 17 because everybody likes hockey. Like, I mean, even like
I'm really
don't take
thinking
this the wrong way. Even the foreigners like hockey.
Dude, I'm really thinking we should do fantasy hockey just for giggles.
We can.
Because Chris said that. All
right. What do we got next?
Quantum Break. Attack of Titan. Is that a typo? I know the Attack on Titan. Fallout 4 has that Nuka World expansion. That looks kind of cool. Did you see the trailer on that? It's like an amusement park kind of thing.
No.
I'll probably get the Game of the Year edition of Fallout 4 collection when it drops and whatever. I would like to play that game eventually. Resident Evil 4. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
This game is like almost a decade old and it's still like on the top charts. It's crazy. Now Valley, I'm guessing they're saying this is supposed to be Stardew Valley rather. Right. Earthlock, Festival of Magic. That was the games with Go, which I really liked. Recore and Assetto Corsa. And BFT says Mortal Kombat X 50% off on PC, $14.99. That's a good price, actually. So, any of these stick out for you, Obi, besides NHL or Fru? Obi. Oh no, Obi died. No. Alright, well, moving on. So, this one was kind of for Obi. WWE is really killing it on social media, and it's kind of interesting to see how the organization has bounced back from kind of really struggling and being obscure to leading the pack across the board. I mean, they're not just the biggest company in combat sports, but it seems like they're at the top in entertainment as well. Like their Facebook page kills 99% of the other Facebook fan site pages out there.
Right. Well, you got to think about it too. The WWE has had the huge growing. You got all the different wrestling because it basically started out with areas, and with Vince Senior coming off and just saying they were going to do it this way, and then Vince McMahon, Vincent Kenny McMahon, was it Junior? Well, anyway, the Vince McMahon now that you guys see on TV now, he's just like taking it and just ran with it. With the WWE Network coming out, which is only $9.99 a month. Like I think me and Fatal were talking about it the other day. Like WWE on social media is just crazy. I mean, they have the longest running episodic television show ever. Like it's not just this year or in this decade, ever. Like since TV has been running, WWE Monday Night Raw has the longest episodic television show.
Which still shocks me because I would have thought like Young and the Restless or one of the other soaps would have beat it.
No, they beat the soaps and stuff because like a lot of the soaps have ended, like they're done.
They've also taken
there's a
breaks.
couple of them. If I can get Fifi's attention, like there's a couple of the soaps that are still on. I think like General Hospital is still on. Young and the Restless, and you said what? Bold and the Beautiful. Those three right there are still on, but they're like WWE has surpassed them. Like it just that to me in itself is just like everybody. I mean, they sell out shows, almost 4, 5, 6 days a week. You got the pay-per-views that they're putting out. Like you think about this past WrestleMania, 120,000 people. I mean, good. Oh wait, what was this count on WrestleMania this year? What was the count on WrestleMania this year? Like 117 to 120,000 people. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
and that's just, I mean, that's for that many people to sit out there. And even if you're in the nosebleed seats, you sit out there and look down at the center where you got to bring binoculars if you're up there because you ain't going to see shit.
I saw some interesting stats, and one of the stats said that the WWE Facebook fan page has a bigger following than all of the NFL team fan pages put together. Like combined.
The WWE fan page has a bigger following than the actual creator of Facebook. Just saying. Saying. And he's got millions of people, and WWE has more. It's just crazy.
And people make fun of, we have our friends over at the UCL, Unified Combat League, and I talk to a lot of MMA fighters. I've done MMA in the past, but now I'm a lazy fuck, so, I don't really keep up with it as much as I should. But I, still keep up with the people in the industry, and there's so much hate towards WWE and, pseudo pro wrestling, as they like to call it. But there's skill involved, and a lot of them do, at the end of the day, acknowledge the athleticism and the showmanship that's important that makes that go. But it's just the level of energy, not just from the wrestlers, but also the audience. It's just watching, you can feel that energy, and they communicate that in all the social media efforts. And this is something I keep preaching. When you have an organization, when you get people to buy into that vision and they live out that passion and they're doing the same things you're doing, you're leading by example, it becomes a viral thing. So you see the individual WWE superstars tweeting out and feeding into that machine, but they're also building up the personal brand. Again, this is the basic premise of collective economics. If everybody pitches in, the organization benefits and everybody individually benefits as well because it bleeds over, and it's just, they get it. So it's just so funny to me that there's all these articles that say what's the secret sauce to WWE's social media success and their resurgence. It's the obvious shit that no one wants to do because they need to have someone that's better than them or too big to ignore to finally bang them over the head with it. Like, get your team involved. That's the secret. Wow, I never thought about it like that. Herpaderp.
Right. Well, it's like I said, a lot of the with WWE and just having that big company, they're doing it right.
Yeah, they're killing it.
You guys want to see a successful business and how they did it with the social media and everything that they're doing. Yes, they have money to put behind it, but you can do everything that they're doing by yourself. You can. It'd just be you'll be like another Yogi.
Well, you get your team members excited. What they're doing works at a smaller scale. You get your team member excited. They got people that are not really top billed, that are very rarely getting screen time, and they're just as excited, and they're buying into the vision, and they're doing the things. You get people to buy into it.
They know the business. You got to look at a lot of people that are coming up. Sorry for interrupting, but you got to look at a lot of people that are, or a lot of the wrestlers and the entertainers that are coming up through the indies, and Fatal could tell you explain a lot more than I could, or better than I could, but you got a lot of the people that are coming up through the indies that have been in the business for a decade. that knows what the business is about. Like when they come to WWE from, say, we'll just put it out there. What culture? Wrestling. All right, they come to WWE from there. Like they already know what's going on in the background. They already know what the business is like because they've been in it for so long. You got those guys that, if you guys have ever watched like the Tough Enough programs and stuff like that. And it's like those are the people that are like, hey, time to pay your dues, kid. Go set up the ring, go do this, go do that, go wash the mats, go do, and it's not because they're trying to pick on anybody. It's like low man on the totem pole has to do everything that's shitty. Everybody's going to help. But when it comes to like, all right, hey, go change the sweat rags or go do this, do that. It's a disgusting ass job. Hey, somebody's got to do it. And guess what? You're at the bottom, son. So you got to do it. You pay your dues, because then if you do that shit and you go off and say, okay, I'm not going to complain. All right, yes, sir, let's go. And they do it. Those are the people that I'm going to be like, damn, he didn't say nothing about it. Like he's done it for a week straight or a couple weeks straight and he hasn't done. All right, make sure he does not do that job this time. It's not all about people don't like you or people don't do this or that or this. But it's to the point where you pay your dues, you do what you need to do. You do, like I watched a interview with Stone Cold Steve Austin on how he actually got into the business and when he started in Texas in a little regional promotional area and then grew, talked to Lawler, with Jerry the King Lawler, which was a big, that's who people talk to when they wanted to get into back in the day. And basically he's like, yeah, dude, come wrestle. Because it was just raw talent. And he had this fuck you, I don't give a damn attitude, and that's what they needed at that point. So guess what? Steve, come on in. And he was, I forgot I'm sure I'll hear it in a second because Fatal asked to hear the question, but like his names before, like Stunning Steve, and before he came up with the Stone Cold Steve Austin, like he did one promo, okay? He did one promo, and he became double famous for that one promo. The first thing that was in that promo, he basically said, 316 says, I just whipped your ass. Or Austin 316 says, I just whipped your ass. That's where Austin 316 came from. Nothing about the Bible. It just happens that Jake the Snake Roberts did an interview or did a promo on him, and it was a religious promo. So he's automatically thinks like, 316 Bible. But okay, Austin 316 says you just got your ass whipped. And then the next thing he said, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. Bam! There's another ringer. That's two giant ringers in one promo that just made him blow up. What do you say? Mm-hmm.
Well,
I can't hear him, but
we go deep into that. We'll probably table that discussion, that case study for NSFW discussion. Not Safe for Wrestling podcast, by the way. You should listen to that. But it's just interesting. There's a lot of things we can say about it for sure. So a few more things. There's no Doctor Who in this fall. There's some articles out there explaining why, but it doesn't really explain why. But Peter Capaldi's coming back, whether you love that or hate it. Seeing Moffat's last season, and then he's also working on Sherlock, so we'll see how that pans out. Mad Catz has sold SciTech to Logitech for a little over $10 million. What's interesting, in 2007 they bought SciTech for $30 million, and they sold it at a loss now. I love SciTech products. They've always lasted me. They always feel responsive, and the bang for your buck, you just can't beat it. So being with Logitech, maybe they can improve upon that, maintain the quality standards, and do what Logitech does well. Is like, Logitech's kind of to me like, Logitech
means
to
the
me,
price is going to go up.
Well, maybe not.
No. Unless they're so big that the price will go down, because you guys know that I bought this SciTech steering wheel and pedals, and then it was for the farming, and it was like $200. Like, it's something like, if that's the case, I hope to God because of Logitech being such a good name, and I love Logitech. I do. I have a mouse, I have a keyboard, I have the headsets, I have all that. But it's something like I hope they do it right, because if they don't and they up the price, nobody's gonna buy it. Like there will be people that buys it, but like it's gonna be something for the average person that just bought the steering wheel and the pedals just because it helped with, you know, actually driving the tractors on maybe lag or whatever. But just those people aren't going to buy it anymore if they up the price. They have to lower it.
Well,
Anyway,
see,
I don't
bigger companies are in a better position to compete on price and lower the price because they have manufacturing deals and they can sell more units. So they take a little bit of a loss per unit sold. So
yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I hope they lower it because they're so big.
yeah.
Like, it's one of those things where like, oh, you're huge. I know that's what she said. But it's something that it's something like I honestly and truly hope, because I love the SciTech brand. I love you know, the steering wheels are great. The feedback is good. You know, it's just what it's a really good steering wheel for racing. You know, playing the, you know, like the spin tires, or playing the farming sims, or just anything that needs a driving wheel. It's really good. The response time, it's like 2 millisecond response, and it's great.
Even their force feedback gamepads are really good. They have a nice weight to them. They're ergonomic. The buttons have a good travel time and response. You know, the tactile response is a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
Which is why I use a loud mechanical keyboard. But yeah, I'm a big fan of SciTech. So maybe SciTech will just be like their economy product line or something like that.
I should send you my Steam controller so you can do a review on it.
Sure, why not? Well, you don't want it anymore?
No, I want it, but I'm going to send it to you to do a review
To
on
play
it.
with? Right.
Yeah, because, like, dude, we got it, and Blades plays with his, and he does his. Like, we got it. I played with it the first day for like a half hour. I haven't touched it since.
I bet
It's
you...
just because it's the lack of that second joystick.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so used to the Xbox controller, even a PlayStation controller that well, not PlayStation, but a Logitech game controller that I play with, like Rocket League and some of the other games that you need, you know, controllers for. But it's one of those things where it's just that lack of joystick that just fucks me up.
It's got that weird touchpad thing, too.
Which
I
is really
wonder
weird.
how we'll play with Elite Dangerous. I'm really curious about that. That's
I'll
a really
send
complex
it.
game.
Let me give me a couple weeks, and I'll send it actually to you so you can actually use it and play with it for a little while, and maybe do a review on it or something for them.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We could do.
Yeah.
We're long overdue for some more reviews on our site. We've been kind of slacky on that department.
Well, and like I said, I want it back, of course, but I'll send it to where I'll send you the actual postage to actually send it back, so you don't have to do anything. But moving along, guys, I know we're talking like crazy. We're an hour and a half almost into the show, so we want to get some of these stuff that we need to talk about this week. So,
well, there's one last news item that I wanted to at least throw out there. It's about Cisco and the Flash becoming the new 52 or Flashpoint Batman in season 3. Dun dun dun. What's that about?
Cisco. Oh, god damn! Season's gonna suck.
And as far as deals for cheap bastards, the
Cisco
only
is
thing,
not a superhero. He's supposed to be behind the fucking computer.
but he's a genius and he's tech savvy, so you know.
And he has those premonitions too. Or
Yeah.
those, yeah.
His vibe power, like that could be dope. I like Cisco. It's good to see some minority representation out there in the media that isn't black people. Because I'm sorry, but there are other minorities out there.
Right. Well,
I'm
going to try this.
What's that?
What? Well, for the next thing that we're going to do, I'm going to try this for something. Ready?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Deals for cheap bastards.
Yay.
Little echo there. Yeah. Sound pretty good.
So, reminder. Humble Bundle. Game Maker Bundle. For around $15 or more, depending on how much you want to donate. You can get Obi and I were talking about it. It's well over $200 worth of goodies. so you can make your own video game. And it also comes with sample games made with this engine. It's a no-brainer. You help out charity, go for it. As BFT mentioned earlier, Halo Forge, free bundles on Windows 10. And that's pretty much it. That's it. That's all I got to mention.
I'll play some Halo 4.
It's the Halo Forge. It's a special version of...
I thought you were talking about Halo 4. I was like, oh, shit, I'm game.
What's Halo... From what I saw, it's Halo 5, but like with some gameplay limitations. But it also allows you to make levels and gameplay modes. You know, like the Halo Forge lets you do when you make the customs.
Diggle is not on Flash, dude. He's actually on the Arrow.
I like Diggle. I didn't like that actor on Dexter, but on Arrow, he's one of the people that keeps me going. Though, for Pete's sake,
Dude.
Get a better costume than a stupid helmet and a leather coat. Really?
Hey, that's just how it is. I don't know, man. I'm having second thoughts about the new season of Arrow coming up. Like, it's like, how much more can they do? Like, we already know what they're going to do. They need to come out with something crazy. Like, really crazy, because if they don't, they're going to lose a lot of viewers. Just how it is.
Oh, yeah, BFC clarified it. He said it better than I did. The Halo 4 uses the Halo 5 engine. There's no matchmaking, and it's all custom game modes. It's like a party version of Halo 5.
Right.
Yeah, Arrow, I'm not
too... Two bastards.
What's that?
Never mind.
I'm not that excited about Arrow, but Flash, bring it. I'm ready for that. So, since we're running low on time, OB, you want to talk a little quick fantasy football? Then we'll come back to it next week, and then we'll talk about what we've been watching and what we've been playing real quick, and then wrap it up?
Sure.
All right. We won't even do the quickie bit. You won't get to hear OB's wonderful thing.
Quickie.
There you go, super quickie. So, fantasy football, week 2. Love it or hate it, it's football season, so you got to give us a little time to nerd out and talk about one of our favorite sports as a community. And if you want our scrub insights, or from a more casual perspective, you can contact us on Twitter at GeekyAntics, or email us at mail@geekyantics.net, and we can theory craft together. But some of the things I want to talk about over the next few weeks as we kind of dig deeper into fantasy football this year is just some of the changes from previous seasons. Also, how some teams are surprising us for better or worse. Particularly, I'd like to mention Chargers, Jaguars, Redskins, Cowboys, Titans, Bills, and the Cardinals.
And the Lions.
Lions.
I will explain why in a second.
You think the Lions are going to be better this year or worse?
Better. I know, like they're out. They don't have Megatron this year. He retired last year at the end of the year. But it's just their team's coming together. I mean, it's just I'll explain it more when I get more in depth with it, and maybe we'll do some kind of extra fantasy football show or something just for one time thing. But I'll
you want to do it for this coming Monday's Gang Minute? We can make a whole fantasy football special.
What time?
We'll coordinate. Just text me when you're up, and we'll play it by ear.
Yeah.
We'll work through the weekend. We'll put together a slideshow and stuff, a little PowerPoint or a Prezi type of thing. Make it up.
I'm busy as shit all weekend, dude. So like I said, I'm being a dad and helping with Cam and making sure I spend time with Fifi while she's home and all that other stuff.
Like, just text me a little tidbit like, "Oh, hey, I just saw this thing," or we'll figure it out. We'll talk.
We'll talk.
So
we'll talk. Something that never happens between shows.
Okay, whatever. That's not my fault.
Bump. Yeah, it is.
No.
Bump. Anyway.
So see, Lions are a good pick, except they were never really bad. They were a little disappointing, but like, I'm thinking about teams that are taking more 180s, like Cardinals.
Dude, they're the one team in the last 4 years that have gone 0-16. The year before that, they went 1-15. The
Yeah, but
year before that,
fantasy-
they went 3-12.
But fantasy
Dude,
football team wise, they were still producing really well. Like
Fantasy football team wise, they suck dick.
some of the
I'm just
players
telling
were some of the best weapons in fantasy football. Like the Cardinals. When's the last time you were able to say with confidence that you would start any Cardinals player? I mean, Larry
I won't.
Fitzgerald. Dude, Larry Fitzgerald. This might be his last season. You know, like they've been
Good
kind of
riddance.
like,
Old ass mother flowers.
But I'm saying like there's gonna be some interesting surprises this year. I'm just gonna say right out, Cowboys I think are gonna continue to disappoint this year. But I have more faith in Dak Prescott at the helm than Tony Romo. Tony Romo needs to take his millions, retire, fuck his beautiful wife, and just be done with it.
Tony Romo just needs to give up, dude. Like homeboy's hurt again. Like you just need to give up.
Yeah, I mean, if you're that injury
Jerry-
prone, like
Jerry, whatever his name is, the owner of the Dallas, you need to let him go. If you want to keep him with Dallas, put him in a coaching role. Put him in a, I mean, hell, they were talking about it on ESPN yesterday, saying, yeah, wait, how much does the practice squad make? $800 to $1 million a year. Okay, I will be a practice squad quarterback if he really wants to throw and he really wants to be that. But dude, Tony Romo's been with the organization for how many years? I can honestly say Jerry, I can't remember his freaking name for the life of me. But the owner can say, hey, what do you want to do? Well, I want to be a quarterback coach, or I want to be this or this or that. And he'll make it happen. Like, he loves this guy to death. And if it needs to happen, it'll happen.
Jerry
But
Jones,
there's no point
that's
in-
the name.
Jerry Jones, but there's no point in keeping him on the roster, especially when he's continuously year after year after year. Like, he didn't even do anything, and he got hurt. I digress.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Romo, I don't want to shit on the guy. He's got talent, but
I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback.
yeah,
At all.
I'm saying for me, I don't want to make it seem like I shit because I take pot shots at the Cowboys, but I don't mind them. I like the Cowboys. If I lived in Texas, I'd probably be a total Cowboys fanboy. You know, the only
Right.
team I don't really like is New England Patriots because they have really shitty, annoying fans. I'm sorry, and they're cheaters.
Dude.
So
Like, I'm to the point now where I have in my defense, right, on my fantasy team. Okay, I have the Seattle Seahawks and I have the Patriots. I am literally getting ready to drop the Patriots to pick somebody else up. Like, their defense sucks. Like, come on, guys. There are so many ways you can get points in this league that we're on right now. And, 6 points? Really? For a monster defense that they say they are? Psst, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. No.
and Tony Romo started.
That was for you, Yogi.
I think Tony started 2003. So 13
Well,
years.
he needs to be done. He's been in almost a little over. This is his 13th year in the league, dude.
He's
I'm gonna hang it up,
36. I think a quarterback can push that 40 mark.
38, 39, 40.
Yeah, like running back, wide receiver, you don't want to be an old man. But
Well, how old is Megatron? How old is Calvin Johnson?
I don't even know.
I don't know. Anyway, go ahead and talk.
I feel like he retired young, to be honest. 30.
Yeah.
No way. Really? Damn. That can't be
September
right.
29, 1985. Yes,
Wow.
1985. September 29, 1985. He is 30 years old. You want to know why he retired?
Because he's rich. He doesn't need to play anymore.
Because he's a and I'm not going to say it. I'm not using the M word. I'm using the B word, brah. He's a multi-billionaire because of his endeavors outside of football. But, like, he straight up said in the interview saying, I just don't want to get hurt. Life-threatening.
Yeah.
Like, because there's always a time where, he's one of the best. He was, I'm not going to say he's better than, but you're looking at like Jerry Rice caliber. You're looking at like Michael Irvin caliber before all the drugs and shit. You're looking at these, some of the best wide receivers in the world. And I'm going to use it because there's European football that's not soccer. But he retired because that's it. His only answer was, I just don't want to get seriously hurt.
Yeah, it's a lot of risk. People don't realize.
You don't need to, man.
Yeah, so...
But thank you for giving your time to the Detroit Lions, even though they suck. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I enjoyed watching the Lions again just because of you, Mr. Johnson. Have a great day.
See, my current home state of Georgia gave you a present. Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
Georgia Institute of Technology.
Yeah, he's a Georgia Tech graduate, and he also was born in Newnan, in Georgia. There you go. Little fun facts. But next week, if you guys want to hear more about this, we'll talk about some of the overhyped players, or we'll kind of assess which players, there's a lot of buzz going about, are they overhyped, overvalued, or just right. Players like Spencer Ware, or Adrian Peterson, Arian Foster, Rob Gronkowski, Des Bryant. I'm going to say right now, Des Bryant, I think he's overvalued. He's a good WR3 flex option, maybe.
Des Bryant's also very overrated, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's overrated, overvalued right now.
I know there's people that are going to disagree with me, just like the person sitting right next to me. But it's just like he's hyped up way too much for what he actually does in the league.
Yeah,
just saying.
To me,
now, I can't agree with you with Adrian Peterson, Arian Foster, and Rob Gronkowski because those are some workhorse motherfuckers.
No, well, I'm saying
the NFL.
I'm saying
you said overrated or overhyped,
or are they just right? I said we'll talk about it next week.
Adrian Peterson, yeah, we'll talk about it on Monday.
That's what I'm saying. Or are they just right? Or maybe
I'll let Blades know that we're gonna do that fantasy football talk. We might get our whole fucking league on here and talking.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Rob Gronkowski, though, he is the number one TE and he is a top 10 player, but he's still a TE and he's also injury prone. I think he's overvalued. I would sell him high and try to get 2 players out of him. That's just my recommendation. My quick recommendation. Sell him high while he's still healthy or still still in high demand. But Keenan Allen out for the season. That's going to impact San Diego. I was really hopeful for the Chargers to have a huge year and kind of supply a lot of people.
And my fantasy team, yeah, I picked him up. I picked him up in I picked him up in a 3rd round. Like he was my first wide receiver pick, and now he's hurt for the season.
Yeah, I had him in a couple of leagues, and it was devastating. I mean, it's going to impact the other players. It might increase other wide receiver values. It's gonna.
I picked up another Charger wide receiver. Basically, the guy that's taking his place. Yeah.
Yeah, Tyrell's a good pickup. Danny Woodhead would also be a good pickup because he's proven, as long as he stays healthy, he could make the catches and he could also be that workhorse back. So,
right.
Danny Woodhead right now, I think the value that he's being projected at is on par with what he's actually delivering. A lot of upside there. But there's a few things to think about.
We'll talk about more of this on Monday, guys. The last thing, wait, go ahead and do this thing, and then I'll when you say anything else, I'll say.
Yeah, just some general observations to kind of think about. Running backs are very injury prone. I would say more so than wide receivers. At least that's been the way the trending data has been going over the past few seasons. Though it's usually been on par. The NFL has become more pass heavy. It's more of a air league, as they like to call it. So that's something to think about as well, especially if you're in a PPR league. Workhorse backs, they're becoming less of a thing. There's a lot of split duty. There's a lot of different kind of jobs. You might have the guy that's the 3rd down back. You might have the guy that's the red zone back, and that could change the value completely depending on your scoring. And I would say, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for this, but running backs that are able to make those catches, the receiving backs, those are the new studs of fantasy football. But those are like
Your
you might
flex
have
players.
a depth. What's that?
Your flex players.
Yeah, those are definitely great flex players, but you may only have like 10 at most solid picks there. Like the depth at the running back position is still pretty low. So like a lot of folks are even going towards this no running back draft model because they feel like if you don't draft in the first few picks, the first couple of rounds of running back, you might as well not bother at all. I don't think it's quite that bad. It depends how many people you have in your league, but. What do you have to say about that, Hobie?
I'm sorry.
The chat
Chewy
distracted
sweet
you.
tarts. No, if for you guys that have wondered before, damn, hold on a second. Damn you and your sweet tarts.
Sweet.
For you guys that have wondered before, I know I said it a couple weeks ago. We're actually going to be starting. I'm getting it set up, not right now, but as we speak, I'm getting it set up to be starting in week 5. Okay, this is week 2 already. Got a couple weeks, and we're not going to super do it for those that are listening to the podcast. You guys have time. Week 5 is going to be, let's see, week 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Week 5, we're basically gonna start the next. We're gonna do another fantasy football for those that want to actually play. The more, the merrier. We're looking for at least no less than 10 players. If we can get 20 or at least 16 players, that'd be awesome. But we're gonna start on the 16th of October. Okay. I believe, if I'm thinking right, that might be week 6. But that's where we're going to start out. So I know it's late, but I want to do it all up and do all do everything up right and actually get it. The one that we started right now, you guys will be more be allowed to join it next season, and it's going to be the TSC one, and that's what this one will actually turn into next season. Is the big one. This is the one that we're doing. So it is week 6, October 15th, 16th. What did you say 15th for?
Oh, I thought that's what he said. I was just writing it down.
No, October 15th will be the draft. And then October 16th will be the 6th week of the season. So check it out. October 15th is the draft. Yeah, you got it right.
Draft is when it starts. Yeah, I need that.
Yep.
Don't want to miss that. All right.
We're not going to have it on auto draft. Actually, we might. We might do auto draft, so if you can't make it, you can't. But I just want a lot of people to play. I want to fill up the league this year with it.
Yeah, especially with NFL. NFL's shitty when it comes to auto drafting. It will draft you 2 kickers. Really? Why do I need 2 kickers? Like, stop it. Like Yahoo and ESPN, they have better auto drafting, I feel. With ESPN, you can actually configure your drafting strategy, like really like to the details, like the little granular details. So anywho, WWBP, WWBW, what we've been playing, what we've been watching. As we always get to this point where we like kind of hurry it up. We get so passionate about all the stuff we got to talk about. But
whenever I get to talk, I like to talk. What's up?
Have you caught up with Sleepy Hollow?
Yes.
All right. The thing we got to talk about.
Spoilers now?
So spoiler alert. You guys have about you skip ahead about five minutes or so. We won't go too deep in it. So here we go. Thank God. I'm so glad they got rid of her. She was just. She's very pretty. She's not a bad actress, but her character, it just couldn't stand it anymore. Like, when you compare...
There's a lot of characters I can't stand.
Well, you compare Abby Mills to Ichabod Crane. Ichabod Crane is, like, on a whole different tier. Like, he's on another planet, and she's just somewhere lost in the void of space. Like, it's crazy.
Dude, Abby Mills acts like a stoner in an intellectual convention. Okay? I just want to put that out there. Am I glad they got rid of her? I think they kind of made the show, and not having two witnesses, kind of, yeah.
So, well, now the plot's gonna be looking for the next, the second witness, because it needs to be two witnesses at any given time, as they established. So it's gonna be big shoes to fill, even though she has, some shortcomings. But I mean, let's just face it. As far as I'm concerned, Jenny and Crane really run that show right now. So as long as they're still on there, I'm good.
Guess who's probably going to be the second witness?
Jenny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, it makes sense. She does all the, with anything that has to do with like the underground black market, blah blah blah. She's got it in.
Yeah.
Where Crane's like, what are you talking about, black market? Is it a market full of colored people? Like, what the fuck? No.
They'll definitely be like a good yin and yang to each other. Like, they're gonna really gel well together. The thing I didn't like also, why the hell towards the end they started like they had Abby and Crane had a really good dynamic, and they had a love for each other, but it wasn't romantic, and it was beautiful. Like having that kind of loyalty and dedication to each other, like that's something you don't really see that much. And then they had to ruin it by making all these illusions like, oh, you love her, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. Like, oh, come on. Stop.
Yeah, they kind of screwed up when they started doing that shit, because she's like, no. He was like, of course I love her. She's my friend.
Yeah,
That's
even
not
though
what we're talking about. Well, you're just ridiculous. I mean, like, wait, what?
they started poisoning his mind too, because he started saying the word partner in a whole different context. He's like, well, she's my partner. Oh, she's my partner. It's also really tragic. I was really hoping for more Betsy Ross, but I guess it's not gonna happen because they kind of tied that up. But it would have been cool to see her come into the modern times. The way they did it makes more sense, but I really like her character. Like, why can't we have more of her?
Yeah, because she dressed like a hooker.
Oh, stop. She's a strong woman, but at the same time, she's not afraid to show that she's vulnerable. Like, she has a dynamic character. Whereas Abby is always poker face, I'm shitting my pants.
Yeah, and the constipated, oh shit!
Anyway. I'm looking forward to next season. Are you looking forward to it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, American Horror Story. This is a lot more on the horror side than Sleepy Hollow, but it's a good transition. Are you caught up with that at all? What's the last?
I've never started it.
Oh, shit.
Talk away, bro. I'm not gonna watch it.
See, the good thing about this show is that you don't have to watch every season. Every season is its own story. They're not connected in any way. So, I mean, once in a while you might have a cameo, but it's just more for giggles. But, you can watch each season on its own. So, I love this show. A lot of people hate Season 5. I loved it. The way they ended Season 5, phenomenal. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong in my head, because everyone else seems to hate Season 5, which is the hotel season. Season 1, I think, is still universally considered the best one. That was Murder House. Season 2 is Asylum. Then they did Coven, which is another one of the least favorite seasons. And then 4 is the Circus one, which is up there with Murder House by most standards. This season, they're kind of doing a Blair Witch kind of 60 minutes format, where it's people sharing their story in interviews, and then they have actors supposedly, reenact what they went through. So it's very meta. The other thing that's weird about that is, if you're interviewing the people, obviously they survived because you're interviewing them, so it kind of spoils how things turn out. But I have a feeling they're gonna have a curveball there. It's one big setup. Did you get to watch the Last Ship at all, Obi?
I started watching it, and it was just one of those things where I just got busy as shit, and yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I know that
Sorry.
if you could sit down and watch this show, you'll love it. I mean, basically, to me, it's like everything you love about a good Tom Clancy story mixed in with the things we love about, like, The Walking Dead. That's the best way I could describe it, probably.
Well, see, I was never really a big Walking Dead guy either. You know what I mean?
Well, it's the survival aspect, you know, how do people act when
How many
everything's going to
seasons
shit.
has the last ship done?
They just wrapped up season 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can watch the first 2 on Hulu. So
Yeah. It really evolves each time. Like, the first season is more them wandering around trying to figure out what the hell is happening. And I don't want to spoil it too much for you, but like, each season is like a major chapter and its own like strong story. It's really good. A lot of action, romance. I mean, it's a little bit of everything, man. It's good stuff. All right. Have you watched anything worth mentioning? Should we go
Not
to
really.
games?
I'm WWE. That's it.
I did watch WWE this past Monday. I was enjoying that.
Good.
I have mixed feelings about AJ Styles because I love him as a person, and he's another fellow Georgian. But his heel persona on the WWE is, he's such a dick.
That's really the way. Like, unless he's gonna go super babyface, that's really how AJ Styles is.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
not in real life, because he's not like that in real life. But like, that's how, like, anywhere that he's ever wrestled, that's how he's been. Like, he's been that heel, that guy just says, I'm gonna take what's mine just because it's mine, kind of thing.
The face
like,
that runs the place.
From having a conversation with Blades, and like, Blades has actually sat down and had a beer with this guy,
Yeah.
like, literally. So it's like he's the coolest son of a bitch that you ever meet. Same thing with like Stone Cold, stuff like that. But it's I don't. He could probably go a different way about it. I really wish they would start up the club role again, to where it's either with Finn Balor, or he gets, somehow he loses the title and he gets so mad he says, I want to be traded or something like that. So then he goes to Raw, kind of thing like that, to where, I don't know, and we could get somebody from Raw to SmackDown. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it though. Like, I enjoy the Diva fights and all that. But we'll come
bet
back
you
to
do.
that. Don't get me started. It's good times.
Hot women in skimpy clothes wrestling. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, and the thing is too is that they tend to have more technique at times, but we'll discuss that in the appropriate time, and probably on your show would be a better place too. But I did want to mention a few games. Earthshock, that's the game of gold. I know Chip from the B Team said he didn't like it. But really, if you were into that kind of middle, like that swing of the era JRPG games, kind of like the Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 8 kind of games, this is right up there. But you could tell it's very westernized, and it kind of has like a Harry Potter vibe kind of going on. It's cool though. It's definitely something you have to be in the mood for. So, like, if you feel like there's a void there and you're really in the mood to play a JRPG, I don't see how you can't like the game. So definitely check it out. I mean, it's free. Well, actually, it may not be free anymore. But it was free with Games with Gold. It's Earthshock. Revisited World of Tanks. Still a fun game. I'm rusty as hell, and I freaking won somehow. So, that was cool. Overwatch still fun. Still playing Hearthstone. That's me in a nutshell. What are you, OB?
Wow. Um,
Wow.
wow. What's that game? Where's it at? WoW. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Playing a few games of Counter-Strike here and there. Of course, Rocket League. We're going to be doing, myself and Blades are going to be doing one of those things where we play just a random game with us where we're making to make YouTube videos and stuff. And it'll be like Rocket League, CSGO, stuff like that. Did I mention that been playing WoW?
What about the Hearthstone?
I still haven't done the last wing in Hearthstone yet.
Oh
Because I've
wow,
been playing WoW.
you really have been keeping busy. What about the Talon Brawl this week?
Nope. I've been playing WoW.
Dude, this week's Talon Brawl is such a crackhead idea. I think they did it before actually, but you pick 3 cards and then it gives you 10 copies of each card in your deck,
Wow.
and that's it.
I need to go do that Tavern Brawl thing. That sounds fun.
Dude, it's funny as hell because like a lot of people, what they're doing is instead of just bothering a minion, they're just doing face damage with spells and hoping they can out damage you. And then of course some people are doing some good like minions that have like death rattle or battle cry effects so they can get that value. So it's really fun stuff. I did a priest. What did I land on? I landed on death rattle 2-drop. Thought steal, so I could steal their cards. You got a 2-for-1 value. And I think I would have put it in for my 3rd card, but it was hilarious. People were like rage quitting on me. Though I did run into a mage that had an aggro set up with the flame speaker. I forget the one, the 3/2 2-drop that makes your spells cost less, which was kind of a weird choice, and arcane missile, and he just kept cycling that. That was like so uninspired yet so effective.
Right.
So definitely check that out. That Tavern Brawl is really cool. I wonder what we'll do next week. Like this is like one of the best ones they've had in a while. So I'm hoping for something really good next week. I know we gotta start wrapping up, but I wanted to just talk about Battlefield 1 real quick. I don't know if we got to get to it last week, but this whole thing about people saying Battlefield is boring and slow, I did not get that feeling at all with Battlefield. Did you?
No.
Yeah, so I don't know what game they were playing. Like, to me, it was very fast-paced. Perhaps too much so at times. Like, other Battlefield, I could definitely see there were a lot of times in Battlefield, particularly in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 2, Modern Combat, the maps were just so massive, from what I recall, that you spent a lot of time just driving or walking around, but now it's not so much of that. It's constant action. If you're doing it right, if you're kind of silly and, I don't know, running into the wrong direction or playing in the sand, then that's on you. Plus the whole other argument about realism and accuracy, like Battlefield, I feel has the best blend of being realistic yet fast paced and fun. Because the ultra realistic shooters, they're already out there. You don't want that ultra realism as it is. Like the fall off damage and the drop off on bullets, the change in the trajectory, that's annoying because like most weapons in Battlefield 1 don't have a very long effective range, so it's like it kind of forces close combat, unless you're a sniper. So I think any more realism than what they have right now, and it will no longer be fun unless you're just into that. It's really accurate and it's historically correct. Like, at some point you gotta have to make a trade-off. Like, yeah, this may not be completely accurate or realistic, but it's fun. Fuck it, right?
Right.
Well,
like I said before, people, you don't want ultra realistic realistic gameplay. If you want to, go get it. Go get Arma 2, Arma 3. You go if you want to play those games. This is a game. This is not a game to be ultra realistic. Yes, it's partly realistic, but it's partly just to make it. They make it hard enough. Even for if you get one of the sniper weapons. If you don't kind of like judge and you can't judge where they're going and where to put your, kind of like where you're going to put your crosshair. I mean, you gotta actually use the little tick marks on your scope. I mean, it's not easy by any means. But if you need more realistic than that, Arma 2, Arma 3, head it out. I mean, I don't know. It shouldn't have to be any more realistic than that.
Yeah, and Arma 2 and Arma 3 are fantastic. I mean, they're sandbox environments that allow for lots of customization and that immersion. But at that point, they're no longer action shooters. They're more simulations, or just sandbox games, where you're just kind of...
Sandbox RPG. There you go.
Yeah, so it's a different feel, You can make a competitive mode within the Armor framework, but again, it's a different kind of vibe altogether. I mean, I used to love Soldier of Fortune 2 Double Helix because they had the ultra-realistic game servers. But it was fun at the end of the day because you had modes that were basically like, precursors to Search and Destroy. So that realism paid off because everybody died pretty much quickly and then you play another round. You need to have that kind of dynamic. If it's just people constantly dying and just kind of being lemmings, that's no fun either. So I think Battlefield 1 has a good balance, and I think people need to give it a fair chance. If you love shooters, I don't know how you can't like it, unless you're more of a arena-style player. You might like Call of Duty or Halo, or Unreal. Or, there's nothing wrong with those games, but they're more about run and gun and being able to lone wolf. If you're being a lone wolf in Battlefield, you're going to pay the price. That's basically what it comes down to.
Unless you're a really good shot.
Yeah, I think it's a sniper, but you still have to like press points and communicate with the team to really be useful. Otherwise, just shooting random targets and not helping to take objectives or anything, or someone sneaking up behind you and stabbing you. It's built so that you have to work as a team, and the squads. You need to be in a squad. Like it started driving me crazy that people were in squads by themselves. Like, that's not helping your team because then no one can spawn on you and you can't spawn on anyone, so you're not helping with objectives. You're just doing your own thing. Makes no sense.
None whatsoever.
Alright, Obi, you ready to sound us off for the evening?
I guess.
And we still gotta figure out the WWE 2K16 stuff. Because I think that's still... Oh, no. It just got off of Games with Gold. It might be too late now. As of right now. But hopefully people snagged in. We can play together. Just anything else with that.
And of course, guys, as always, if you guys have any of your own thoughts to add, please, guys, leave us a voicemail or a text message. And you guys can do that at 646-801-2149. That's 646-801-2149. We'll respond next week on the show. HorsePLAY Live is everywhere you listen to or download awesome podcasts, including allgames.com, Google Play Music, iTunes, Player FM, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. Please take out a few minutes to thumbs up, favorite, subscribe, and share. Even better, we'd love some reviews and comments, guys. Even though you don't think it helps, it really, really helps. It really does. It's quick, it's easy, and for all those that have been doing that, thank you very much. Huge thanks for all those that have been promoting our content. We appreciate it. If you guys like eye candy too, we do have YouTube and Twitch. YouTube.com/Geeky Antics and Twitch.tv/Geeky Antics for your video and or highlight. Here on Geeky Antics Network, in collaboration with All Games Radio Network, we have tons of shows that we cover with a wide spectrum of topics. We can't possibly plug them all. It'll take way too long. So if you guys would like to go check out to see your favorite podcast or listen to your favorite podcast, geekyantics.net/schedule. You can also see some of our flagship shows over on our Twitch profile and aggregate feed at geekyantics.net/podcasts. Don't forget, guys, the music intro, outro brought to you royalty-free by TechnoAxe. That's Techno with a K, technoaxe.com. Go check him out. Thousands of songs and a whole bunch of different stuff, and it's totally free. You can make money off it. Yeah? If you guys are listening to us on all games, actually, I'm not going to do that yet. Yogi?
Yes.
Where can they contact you if they need to?
I'm YogiZilla everywhere. Xbox Live, Tumblr, Steam, Instagram, all that good stuff. And also, again, stressing Extra Life. Go to geekyantics.net/Extra Life. Be part of the team. Share the link. Share our page. Donate. And ask your friends to do the same. Let's get this momentum going. You know, if everybody does $5, $10, not gonna kill anyone unless you're really broke. Then you may have some other issues. But you know, give a cup of coffee, or I don't know, something, a movie, something you can sacrifice to go to a better cause to kids, you know, that are really in need. So really big on this cause, and hope you'll rally with us. Extra Life, check it out, yo.
Definitely. And while Yogi gets the music ready for the outro, I would like to say you guys can check me out anywhere. I've got the Facebook going open up. Now, the Facebook is going to be James TSC Obi-Wan Bobo. I know, it's weird. It's like, what? Yes, my nickname, its initials are BOBO. Okay, yeah, I know. I've dealt with it for 34 years. I got it when I was a month old, and it just kind of stuck. So come join me on Facebook, guys. There's lots of conversations going on over there. Twitter at TSC Obi-Wan, and of course, don't forget my homeboy over here at Fatal Blades on Twitter, FATLBLADES, and make sure twitch.tv/fatal_blades, FATL_BLADES, and give him some love, guys. He's doing it every Tuesday. Just depends on when. Watch his Twitter. You guys will think. You'll see it. And of course, my YouTube page. Got a new YouTube page going. We're doing some vlogs and some other stuff. Go check that out. TSC Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah. If you see this beautiful face right here that I got working, that's me. But for now, guys, if you guys listen to us on allgames.com, the Dead Pixel Live Power Ranking Show is up, followed by Knuckleballer Radio at its new time every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Be sure to hang out in the chat room by clicking on the live or the chat button and just say, hey, say what's up. Tell us your friends at HorsePLAY Live sent you. Our friends at B-Team Podcast are on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Official System Network, All Games Radio Network. And, of course, don't forget about the Gaming Death Podcast with Chris Gannon, Caleb, and sometimes the wifey, 9 p.m. on gaming at twitch.tv/gaming death. So, as from us, guys, I am Obi-Wan X2. Dad over there is YogiZilla. We out. Peace.
Later.
Tater.
Damn it. Word.
Wow. Guys that are live, thank you very much for rocking it out with us tonight. We really appreciate you. Make sure you guys come back right here on Geeky Antics on Twitch for, of course, Monday. We're going to be doing the Gang Minute. We're going to be talking a little bit about fantasy football. And here in A little bit later, we're going to be talking about some wrestling. Of course, we do. So, again, guys, thank you very much. We appreciate your time. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.